High above the Atlantic, out of range of commercial transponders, private aircraft trace quiet routes in the dead of night. The powerful passengers step onto the tarmac, completely unaware that the walls around them are actively recording their every move. When federal agents finally breached the safes of this operation, they bypassed the financial ledgers. They found classified, highly sensitive, compartmentalized intelligence. We operate under a specific assumption about how statecraft works. We watch summits and handshakes, believing that presidents and prime ministers negotiate policy based on national security and economic data. But if those same leaders are secretly compromised, traditional diplomacy becomes a theater. A head of state cannot negotiate freely if a hostile entity holds footage that could end their life's work in an afternoon. The celebrity guest list is a distraction. Epstein's actual utility resided in his function as a strategic asset. This indicates the island functioned as a specialized intelligence trap, providing the infrastructure needed to collect data on the individuals running the globe. Covert operations of this scale require deep logistical frameworks. You don't build an international coercion ring from scratch. You inherit the architecture. Ghislaine Maxwell carried that exact operational pedigree directly into the foundation of the network. Her father, Robert Maxwell, operated for decades as an untouchable international operative, using massive corporate wealth as a shield for state-sponsored espionage. His network crisscrossed the globe, securing deep, documented ties with Western intelligence agencies. During the Cold War, those agencies perfected a specific tactic: luring targets into compromising situations, documenting the act, and using the evidence as leverage. The modern network operated as a direct evolution of this playbook. It was a multi-generational franchise executing a proven method of statecraft. This brings us to Little St. James. The compound sits isolated, surrounded by water, creating a hard defensive perimeter against uninvited observation. By pulling targets off the mainland and into private airspace, the operation bypassed local law enforcement and standard legal jurisdictions entirely. Inside, the facilities were wired to harvest data. Multiple rooms contained concealed lenses and microphones, quietly recording every conversation and interaction. The goal was methodical extraction. They wanted crisp, undeniable video files of prime ministers, diplomats, and corporate titans caught on tape. This explains the decades of apparent immunity. Domestic agencies often ignore illegal operations if those operations are simultaneously feeding them critical, high-level intelligence on foreign and domestic targets. Little St. James was a black site data farm, engineered to stockpile the only currency that dictates modern global politics: leverage. For centuries, empires practiced cartographic warfare, moving physical armies across borders to force political compliance. As the map pulls back, you see the true cost. Sustaining those campaigns drains trillions from national treasuries, all for incremental shifts in foreign policy. We are observing a shift in how power is projected, as the costs of conventional military deployments are weighed against the efficiency of asymmetric data warfare. There is no need to launch a billion-dollar naval strike to influence a rival government. You bypass the military entirely by capturing a single head of state on a hidden camera. A compromised hard drive sitting in a vault can achieve the kind of geopolitical compliance that traditionally required an army. The return on investment for this operation relies strictly on silence. The tapes lose all their value the moment they are leaked. Their power exists entirely as a lingering threat. Intelligence handlers use this digital leverage in closed-door meetings. They place a folder on a desk and outline exactly what the compromised leader must do to keep the contents classified. The results are immediate. A president who campaigned on protectionism suddenly signs a wildly unpopular, one-sided international trade deal, baffling their own economic advisors. Or an allied nation abruptly pulls its fleet from a contested strait, offering no public explanation as an adversary moves in to claim the territory. When we watch the evening news and struggle to make sense of illogical foreign policy decisions, we are often witnessing the direct result of this coercion. The terror of the Epstein network lies entirely outside the tabloids. The real question is exactly which global policies we are living under today that were bought and paid for in the dark.